You're listening to Paul and his amazing friends only on Paul and the 619.
Hey everybody, this is Paul in the 619 with another conversation with the community. So today I have a special guest, Cali Comix. You know this guy. I ran into this guy so many times on YouTube and also on Instagram, but we never actually met in person. So I'm excited to interview this dude. Cali Comics. Yeah, I'm assuming he's from Cali, but we're gonna find out. Let me bring in my guest, Cali Comics. What's up, Cali?
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Pleasure to be here.
So yeah, first off, I
Thanks for having me on, Paul.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being on, dude. We were supposed to do this on Sunday, but something came up and I had to cancel. So I thank you for taking the time out to come out again. Okay, my first question: what are some of your earliest comic book memories?
Ooh, earliest comic book memories. I was more of a sports kid until I was probably about 6 years old. Yeah, around 6 years old. I'm a product of divorce. My parents have been separated since I was born, and neither one of my parents were really into comics. I only have one family member that's really into comics, but my mom dated a guy, and he was really into comics, and he started buying me Batman comics, and so I started reading Batman, and then Batman '89 came out, and him and my mom took me to see that, and I was just like enamored with Batman, and and then the Turtles cartoon, of course. I started collecting Turtle comics when I was young because I could get them at our local swap meet. You know, it's called Denio's up here in Sacramento. It's just it's just a bunch of yard sales in a big old place, and I could buy comics there when I was a kid for hella cheap, and I thought it was the best thing in the world.
Yeah,
I wish I still had them. Unfortunately, I got rid of them all.
Yeah,
well, all but what? Two.
It's funny because if you talk to collectors in general, it's like they got into it, got out, got rid of their collection, got back into it, and I always hear them say, "Man, I wish I had those comics back then."
I hear that a lot. The trend is usually somewhere around 15, and then the other age is after you have a kid. Yeah, because then all of a sudden you want to share it with those kids, and you're like, I got to go back to that point in life.
That's awesome. So you pretty much answered how you got into comics. Are you originally from California?
Yes, sir. I'm from Sacramento. So if I was to use my real name, my YouTube tag would be John in the 916. So you're 619,
Hey,
I'm
that was me.
916. Yeah.
That's awesome. Dope. That's so cool. Okay, so who or what inspired you to do comic book content on YouTube?
I I used to watch a lot of YouTube just to figure out things. It wasn't really about the collecting aspect itself. But
Yeah.
then I shared a lot on Facebook in collecting groups on Facebook. And I guess I got pretty annoying with posting my stuff. And I had just started. People are like, this guy again posting shit. But I had just started a challenge where I wanted to go to a comic shop and get a haul every day for 1 year. So for 365 days, I went to a comic shop or got a comic haul of some sort, and I turned it
Holy moly.
into a 52 video series on my channel. That's really where it started because I
Yeah.
didn't want to flood the other social media part with every day what I'm buying because I was already annoying at that point. So I wanted to document it somehow. So I just
Yeah.
did it on YouTube, and then I just started making other videos. Like I collect pops too. I'm one of those dumbasses, and so I would pair the pop and the comic in a video. You know, it's just stupid stuff like that. But that was
How many
basically how I
pops
got
do you
into it.
own? Do you know how many pops you
Uh,
own?
Too many. I never counted them. That shelf right there used to be covered in pops. This shelf that you can't see that way is completely covered in pops. And then all the way in the back of my rack, I have pops all the way to the ceiling. And it's just
Nice.
too many. And they're too hard to get rid of.
And that's pretty much your comic book room.
This is my bedroom. This is my world. Right here is my world.
Nice.
outside
Nice.
outside that door, stuff goes on, but I don't really know what it is.
Excellent. All right. So, okay, here's a question. What comic book, cartoon, movie, or character in literature do you relate to the most?
Oh man. Okay. Do you remember Eek the Cat?
No.
Okay,
Refresh
on
my memory.
Saturday morning cartoons on Fox, they had one called Eek the Cat. He was this little purple cat, and his motto was, "It never hurts to help." So he would
Okay.
help somebody, but then always get hurt. Every damn time he helped somebody, he got hurt.
Well,
I,
you know,
I,
well, the thing about that is that, that means you have a heart of gold. It's just that sometimes you get hurt helping people. So that makes sense. Eat the cat. I gotta look into that. I'm not familiar with that, but that sounds awesome, man.
that
All
is
right.
comic too.
There was a comic of it.
Yeah, it's only like 3 issues, I think.
Well, I
Something like
did
that.
look at your your Instagram, your IG page. Oh my gosh, dude, your collection is amazing. It's not, like when you look at somebody's IG page, you kind of have an idea, what they're interested in. So I noticed that you like X-Men, you like old school comics. I mean, look at your wall, man. You have like a array of different tastes, which is awesome, man. So okay, so if you could have one superpower, what would that superpower be?
It's flight, hands down flight. I love looking down on the earth from above. I like looking at topographical maps. When I'm flying an airplane, I love staring out the window. Like I love looking at pictures from space. Just flight would be it. That'd be it for me. I'd just chill
Cool.
up there all day long.
Very cool. Do you collect? Okay, you said pops. All right.
Yeah.
So do you collect anything besides comics? Besides pops, is there anything else?
Uh, Sort of. I don't have a ton of room for stuff, so it's kind of hard to branch out and get too deep into stuff. But
Yeah.
movies, I collect movies. Got somewhere around 5,000 movies. I collect cards. I used to collect baseball cards real big when I was a kid, but then
Yeah.
I kind of fell out of that. But I do still collect my Marvel cards and superhero cards, things like that.
Hmm.
Um, Other than that, it's just mostly like little pop culture things. Like here, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Like I got this knife right here. It's from the Trick or Treat movie, but it's signed by the Sam
Oh
from the
shit.
movie. Yeah, just like
That's awesome.
stuff like that. Just little collectibles, knickknacks. We'll call them knickknacks.
Yeah. Well, you know what the thing is that you said pretty much room. So my wife, she lets me collect whatever I want, but if it goes outside of this room, that's a no. So I understand. And the funny thing is, I can't go this way anymore. I have to go up. So it's like I gotta be like a hoarder. I gotta shit all the way to the ceiling. But yeah. Anyways. All right, so I did look on your IG page, and I saw some characters that were on your IG page. But I wanted to ask you, who is your favorite comic book character?
My favorite comic book character is Silver Surfer. 100% Silver Surfer. Yeah, the bit about self-sacrifice for the good of everyone. It says a lot about who the character is, and it just that sells it for me right there. Nobody else really does that.
So you're a Norrin Rad fan.
Oh yeah, big time.
So what do you think about the female Silver Surfer in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie? Are you disappointed? Are you okay with it?
No,
What do you feel about
not at all. I like it because to me it feels like this Fantastic Four movie is setting up a world that's going to be destroyed. Like I'm not an expert in the movies. I don't have any inside information. I just 100% guess. But it feels like they're going to come to the 616 from a destroyed dimension. So that Silver Surfer is not going to exist, and they're going to come in the 616, and hopefully, we will get the actual Norrin Rad, not Shalabal.
Yeah. Well, and you saw Thunderbolts.
I haven't seen it. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. The New Avengers.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, because they can't call them the Dark Avengers.
Yeah, I know. But if you do see the Thunderbolts, there's a scene at the end of the movie. It's gonna answer some of those questions. Okay. So, what comic books are you currently reading?
Currently, I went back and started at one from the Turtles, and I've been going through the Turtle series. I'm on Spawn Compendium 5. No, I'm on 6. I'm on Spawn Compendium 6. Yeah. I just started Akira again. I'm gonna read that one through. I've been going back and reading older series all the way through because it's just modern and current are just not very satisfying to read anymore. Like I have guys that I like to read, like Jeff Lemire, Daniel Warren Johnson, Tom King. Like there's guys that I like to read, but I'm not big on picking up the single floppies anymore just because I've been let down way too much for my dollar. Like the weight is not there. I need it. I need it to be balanced.
I really understand. The thing is that I used to, this was back in the day. This was probably like 5 years ago. I used to pick up like 12 to 15 books, and just, read through it. But I totally agree with you about how the writing is today. As far as Marvel, I used to be Marvel heavy. Now I'm like, I only read 2 Marvel titles, Thor, Immortal Thor, and Incredible Hulk. That's it. I used to read all the X titles. Man, I dropped all that. Dude, not good. So as far as goals for the year, did you set any comic book goals for yourself?
Not really. I've been trying to and I guess this will be the theme. I've been going back in the Wayback Machine, and trying to finish up want lists that I had in the past, because I used to make one every year, and I'd only get about half the books on the list, maybe at most. So I had a lot of unfinished lists, and I've been kind of getting those done too. So it's kind of nice.
Nice. No, yeah, you know what? I totally agree with that. For me, it's like, I like to be you could say I'm a completionist. I don't start from 1 to 50. I usually like get what I could get, but the thing is that I definitely like to have the whole thing and then read all the way through. The thing is, I do get the floppies. I know I should get the graphic novels. It takes up less space, and it's a lot it's less expensive too.
Hey,
But
if you like the trade, you like the Omni. I mean, picking up the floppy of the copy that you like the most. That's I like doing that too.
yeah,
Like
I've done that.
like Watchmen. Where is it? I had it right there. Issue 12, just sitting out because it's my favorite one.
Nice, I love that. Okay, so um, as far as collecting comics, what are some stuff that you're proud of as far as your collecting journey?
Hmm. Like comics I'm proud of, or just things,
Just some,
accomplishments, or
yeah, accomplishments, things that you like a run that you completed, or a run that you read through. Because like you were saying, you were reading through pretty much some series that mean a lot to you.
so I have the first 279 appearances of the Silver Surfer. Yeah,
Whoa!
I had to find a list and then work from the list. It's really not that hard because most of his appearances are in his own books and in Fantastic Four. So it's I mean the hardest ones to get were Strange Tales,
Yeah,
the Silver Surfer Volume 1,
yeah.
and the original Fantastic Four 48, 49, 50, 51.
Do you have that all in one long box? Do you put it all together?
I do, yes. Right
So
up
you have the
here.
Silver Surfer box.
I
Ooh,
do.
that's
So I've taken
yeah,
out big keys I took out, but a lot of the keys are still in there. But that
yeah.
shelf right there is just Magic and Silver Surfer only. Like there's four
Nice.
short boxes in there. And that's all that's in them.
Yeah. So do you prefer slab books or do you prefer raw dog?
I It depends on the book. Sometimes the book looks a little cleaner. It presents better in the slabs.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you find the raw one and it looks just as good. And it's I I don't really send them off to get graded, but I do buy graded ones.
Yeah.
I don't have to have them graded. That's it's not that big of a deal to me. I do like it though. It looks really nice.
Yeah, they just display nice. The thing with
Yeah.
me is I bought slab books to open them because the thing is that like I found because I'm trying to collect the whole Spawn run. I've found believe it or not, I found a Spawn book slabbed cheaper than raw. And the thing is, when I get them slabbed, like I have one here, like this one. This one is 119. I don't need it in a 9.8. I just need the one that just presents well. And then I'm gonna actually crack it open and put it with the rest of the run. So yeah, I do that. Um,
It's nice. It's
okay.
fun to look at them in the order that they came out in too.
Oh man, yeah. All right. What are some of your favorite comic book shows on YouTube?
Um, I used to really like Between the Lines. Between the Lines
Oh,
was something every Monday that I really tried to be there every show because it was fun. They
yeah,
asked you to draw something, and it's easier when somebody tells you to draw something than to think of something to draw on your own if you're not really an artist. 'Cause I'm not really an artist. I've taken art in high school, but I'm not an artist by any means. And
hmm
by my own standards, I give myself like a 2 out of 10. Like,
well, the thing is when we're kids, you're in school, you're always doing art. You're always doing art, and then as you move up, in your education, they go away from that. And I just wished, for myself that I stuck with it because I think I used to draw like all the time, and now I let the professionals do the drawing. I let the professionals do the drawing, but yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I used to draw a lot. Um, so you did say that not too many people in your family collect comics. But it is, I mean, do your kids collect comics?
Uh, Not really. I mean, to the point that I push it on them. That's about it. I'd say my wife collects more out of everybody in the house.
Oh,
She,
nice.
yeah, she kind of saw me get into a lot, and she started seeing books that she really liked. And then we would go out, and she would find books, and she's like, "Oh, I really like the art in this,"
Oh,
and she
that's
started getting
dope.
into it. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, you know
she's
the thing
found
about.
some really good stuff in the wild too. She found the first Sandman.
Oh, seriously.
Yeah,
Well,
she
you know
found
the.
it in a back issue bin, and I was like, I'm gonna grade it just like it is, and it came back a 7.0. I was like, that's how you found it. That's how it's staying for the rest of its life.
Well, that's the cool thing about comic books. There's a comic book about anything, any genre, fantasy, horror, comedy, every movie, every cartoon has a comic book, so there's and that's what's cool about comics. There's something for everybody, as far as your wife getting into the hobby, that's dope, dude. The thing is that you take your significant other to enough shows, they get into it. I took there was a it wasn't a comic show, it was a card show. She actually bought more than I did. She just loves. I think it's because women love to shop. All right, so does that make me sexist? I don't know, but
Yeah, you gotta find something you like.
yeah, you'll find something you like. All right. So as far as the grails that you already have, are there any grails out there that you're planning to get like anytime soon, like in a year or two?
Not really. I don't have any plans. I'm more of an impulse buyer. If
Okay.
it comes my way, the stars got to align for me on a lot of things,
Yeah.
especially when
No.
it's like Grail books like that. Because I really feel like I have everything I've ever wanted. So
Nice.
anything after this is just something that I saw after that I liked as well. But it wasn't something that drove me to the top of the hill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just another hill on down there that I can climb if I want to.
Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. Okay. So, um, well, if money wasn't an issue, what comic book that would you buy? Like, what comic book that would pop up in your head? Like, say if money wasn't an issue, what comic would you buy?
All right, so you've seen my IG. It's way different. So I'm
Awesome.
almost everybody's gonna go with Timely or a DC, but I'm gonna go with Yellow Kid Comics because it's the first American comic ever made. It's the first
Oh wow.
American character in a comic book ever. So I'd go with
So
Yellow Kid.
okay, Yellow Kid. So I'm assuming he's
He's just a
Chinese.
little no, just a little bald white kid, and he wears a big old yellow sweater like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I didn't
it
know
goes
that.
like
That's cool. See,
head to.
Callie, you're teaching me, man. You're teaching me, bro. I'm learning something. Yellow Kid. I gotta write that down. Yellow Kid. Um,
Yeah, it's from like 1889, 97, something like that. It's
wow, that
before the
is
turn of
old.
the century.
Yeah. Wow. So okay. So are there any writers or artists that you're a fan of that you've met?
Yes, so Silver Surfer is my favorite character,
Yeah.
and I was born in '83, so the '90s Volume 3 of Silver Surfer was my era, and the main artist on that run was Ron Lim. And Ron Lim is local to Sacramento,
Oh,
and
dope.
I've met him 8, 9 times. He remembers my name now, so that's really cool. But yeah, I got to meet Ron Lim a bunch of times, talked to him a lot, and he was like the artist that I looked up to in the '90s. Everybody liked Jim Lee, everybody liked Todd McFarlane, but I was a Silver Surfer guy, and Ron Lim was Silver Surfer at the time.
Yeah. Well, I know just recently they came out with a Silver Surfer comic, and I think Ron Lim was the artist, right?
Yeah, that
Did you
was
like
the
that
one
run?
that was with Captain Marvel. Where they
Yes.
brought it back. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oh wow,
that was
nice.
decent.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. It was bad. Okay, so I was gonna ask if you were disappointed or were you like, yeah, man, I'm glad I met this guy. But you talked to him like you met him like 8 or 9 times. So I'm assuming that totally cool guy. You're
Yeah,
happy to meet him.
I'll tell you a funny story.
Yeah,
So I get sketches from him every once in a while, and I had him draw me Galactus, and
yeah,
I got it back from him, and I'm walking away, and one of my other buddies, he's way more personal with Ron than I am. He talks to him way more than I do. We're
yeah.
walking and he's looking at it and he's like, "He drew you Galactus?" I was like, "Yeah, he drew me Galactus." He's like, "You know, he hates drawing Galactus, right?" I was like, "What?" I did not know that.
Well, the thing is, if he doesn't like drawing Galactus, if he drew it for you, that means he likes you. So kudos to you, bro. All right. So, are there any comics you traded or sold that you regret?
Ooh, damn. Uh, okay. In a way, I felt kind of dumb, but on the other hand, I don't care one bit because it's my best friend. So I traded my best friend New Mutants 98, right?
Yeah.
And I traded him for like a bunch of $30 books, that he stacked up together to meet the price.
Yeah.
And then he sent it in and it came back a fucking Mark Jeweler. And I was like, what the hell? What the hell? But he's my best friend. So I was like, right
Yeah.
on, dude. Hell
You were
yeah.
happy for him. You were happy for
Yeah.
him. But inside, you're like pinching yourself.
And
Like,
well,
fuck.
to be honest, I don't care. Mark Jewelers are not my thing. Like I already have a 9.4, and I think it came back a 9.2, but Mark Jewelers. So I was like, that's awesome. My friend's got a first Deadpool. I got a first Deadpool.
Yeah.
We're both happy.
Yeah. So you're saying that you wouldn't pay a premium for Mark Jewelers?
No, I would not.
Yeah,
Never.
I wouldn't either.
Never.
I wouldn't either. All right.
It's an extra piece of paper. Like,
yeah, that's all I'm saying. So as far as the hobby, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
downsizing. Probably trying to get rid of all this bulk and stick to what I like because I really piled it on. Like I said, I did that 365 hauls in 365 days, and
Yeah,
my collection damn near tripled from doing that
yeah,
because I was bringing home like $20-$30 bin issues a day sometimes, and it got a little out of hand.
Crazy. Yeah, for me, 2 years ago, I bought 2 collections. And the thing is, the reason why I bought the collection, there was certain books in the collection that I had to have, so I just bought the whole thing. But then I have a bunch of I have comics that I don't particularly collect, that I'm interested in. So it's taking up space. So as far as what you just said about the downsizing, yeah, that's something that I need to do because, like I said, I can't go out this way. I have to go up. So
Yeah, that's
so
my
right now, yeah.
that's my 5-year collecting
A
thing.
5-year
But
plan.
comics, 5 years from now, I hope to be writing and publishing comics and hopefully making money off of it.
Excellent, excellent. So is this something that you've been planning for a while, or just something like overnight? Like, oh, I wanna do that.
No, I've always come up with stories. Like I used to draw my own comic characters when I was a kid. I wish
Yeah.
I still had those drawings I did because I actually did little books, like tape pieces of paper together and stuff.
Oh, dope.
But no, about 10 years ago, I actually started writing my ideas down on paper, and then a little while after that, I started trying to fledge them out in a full story. And then about 2 or 3 years ago, one of my buddies started publishing comics big time, and I asked him, I was like, what exactly would it take for you to just look at one of my stories and read it? And he's like, just type it up, and I'll read it and tell you if I want to publish it. And since then, it's been a work in progress to get that done. And I finally did it. But in a side quest, me and Bleecker Street Comics went ahead and just wrote a whole comic series together. And that's going to be our first thing that we're going to try and kick off with Kickstarter.
Oh, dope. Well, the thing with Bleecker, I am familiar with him. That guy he's so talented, dude. Like I watch his, like, when he plays a guitar. That guy
Yeah.
is a pretty good musician. I was very impressed. So that's, if you're gonna do something like that, dude, Bleecker would be a dope person to work with. So yeah.
Well, out of everybody in the community, Bleecker is one of the people I consider a brother. So I consider him my comic book family, big time.
Nice. Very nice. So, okay. So, on, as far as these interviews, they usually run 20, 30 minutes. Oh my gosh. We're going on 32 minutes strong. I mean, we could probably go another 30 minutes, but we're going to end it with my last question, Cali.
I'm right here, sorry.
No,
plugging it in.
Yeah. So, what are some of your favorite comics in your collection?
Favorite comics. So
Yes.
Earlier I screwed up when you said who do you feel like you are? Because I was watching a couple of your episodes and I remember you saying who do you try to portray, but then who do you feel like people see you as?
Yeah.
And so I actually got books out to talk about it, and I screwed that whole thing up. Because I see myself as the stoner Santa Claus.
Oh, high times.
Yeah. So I see myself as the stoner Santa Claus, but I always just come off as the creeper.
Oh my god! You almost made me spit my water. Oh my god! Those are dope books, by the way. Those are dope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I did pull out 3 to 4 books that are I feel are the 4 that are my favorite in my collection.
Okay.
This one is Crime Suspense 20.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, I saw that on your IG. Dude, that is such a classic cover. Oh my god.
This one has a lot of personal meaning to me. I showed it off on Gary B's 1011, and I went into depth why it's personal attachment to me. I don't want to drag the show down with that, but up next we got Malibu Sun 13.
Baby, let's go.
Signed by Todd McFarlane.
The Todd father himself. Yeah.
I wanted to show this off. Before James showed his. I know James has a higher grade, but I got to show something before him. Take it away.
Hey, all good. It's all good.
Next one up. You saw this one today, I bet.
I did. Yeah.
X-Men 19.
Yes.
So this is my favorite mutant. I love Magic. Magic is my favorite X-Men, but Mimic is awesome. His abilities to take on the mutant set of any mutant that comes in his like proximity. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a powerful mutant right there.
Yeah, I mean, like you can see right here, he's got Angel's wings, he's got Beast's feet, he's got Iceman's eyes, Cyclops. I don't know why he took on the visor, but I guess the visor is part of his powers. I don't know. And then last, of course, is my guy, Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four 48. This is my favorite book in my collection.
Great grade, too.
Just traded up for this last year, and I couldn't be happier with it.
Yeah. Dude, good for you, man.
This one goes under my pillow at night when I sleep.
Well, you know what the funny thing is like, with a lot of my grails, I've talked about before, Rob's Fat Stacks. I mean, he's got like every comic you could think of, and he has them on his wall. And I was like, damn, man, I wouldn't even do that. Because I have all my shit in the safe, everything that I would cry if someone took it. Like all of this, I love everything, even the things that people have given to me in the community. I hold dear. But as far as my grails, that stuff's in the safe, bro. But
Yep.
man,
Safety deposit boxes are important.
yeah, man. So, the thing is, these interviews are 20, 30 minutes. We're going 35 minutes strong. Callie, I want to thank you for taking the time out and rescheduling, because I know we were supposed to do this on last Sunday, but something came up. Um, Literally, something came up. Uh, Inside joke. Um, but Callie, I want to say thank you. Is there anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Uh, Check out The Hunt over on Tony Sanders' channel every other Saturday. It was on this past Saturday, so it'll be the one after this. And let's see, church Bleecker on Sunday mornings. That's always a good hangout.
Yeah.
If anybody can go over, if you got Kickstarter, search up Murder King, give us a follow. We're trying to break 50 followers on our way to 100 before we launch. That would be nice. Check that out for us. Other than that, I don't have a lot to plug.
Oh, that's good, man. That was awesome. And again, Callie, dude, thank you for doing this one-on-one interview. I want to thank everyone who's going to be watching this. I really appreciate it. It's again, this is Conversations with the Community, and we are out.